This graph is taking Twitter by storm, and I want to explain what's going on because there are a lot of unthinking, insane leftists that are demonizing men in exact accordance with the Marxist philosophy that you would expect. I can speak directly to this in terms of personal experience as well as the depth of my analysis of culture. There is opening a very, very wide ideological gap between men and women, boys and girls. As you can see here, in 2015 it was very close. In 2005 it was very close. In 2024, the divergence is tremendous. And leftists, in typical fashion, are demonizing men as stupid and bad and tyrannical, uneducated, and toxic. This is low-resolution analysis and deliberately incorrect and pathetic. The true nature of a graph like this is because women are being taught to hate masculinity, to hate order, to hate accountability, to hate reason, and to hate rationality. The reason why they hate especially reason and rationality is because those are mechanisms which reveal truth and speak to an underlying objective nature of the world, which does what? Lead to accountability. And that's something degenerate modern women detest. They can't stand that they are held accountable for their incoherence and wrongness of actions. When you think of women making OnlyFans or saying that they don't need to have kids, when we know that statistically, according to the data, the most unhappy group of people are 45-year-old to 55-year-old single childless women. No, but I'm a boss queen. I'm going to work 80 hours a week and be happy while I sip wine in my 40s ordering cat food online. It turns out that reality corrects these people and holds them accountable. Of course, there's also the entire apparatus of online accountability where men use logic and reason and other mechanisms of truth that women, especially degenerate women, find infuriating. And so in accordance with Marxism, there is the demonization of the male accountability that throughout all of human history kept women from becoming insane. When women operate by themselves, they end up executing babies and raising criminals. And we know this from the data, of course. Single mother households produce the most number of violent criminals, delinquents, most underperforming in schools academically, emotionally out of control. Basically, single mothers produce destroyed humans. So it isn't controversial to say that women need men in order to exist functionally. Of course, there's also the element, and this drives women crazy, but that men built society, invented everything, and protect everyone. So since men built society, invented everything, and protect everyone, and also occupy the top spaces in all professional competitive fields, there is a clear set of parameters set forth by reality. And women who are taught to hate masculinity in accordance with modern feminism and Marxism. So these are the two pillars that cause modern women to disconnect from reality. The resentment of Marxism and feminism telling them to resent men. They demonize masculinity. They call masculinity toxic. It's not an accident. So this is the reason why you're seeing these graphs. They demonize men, which are the apparatus for which they interface with reality. Remember the single motherhood stats. They raise the worst kind of kids when they're alone. And Marxism preys on these degenerate women because Marxism preys on anyone that is susceptible to the idea there's no such thing as right and wrong and group identity determines virtue, as well as victimhood determines virtue. So women are preyed upon by feminism and by Marxism. This is why you see this massive disconnect. Now, my personal experience was higher education was so wrought with anti-intellectual sentiment as well as an anti-masculine sentiment that it was a complete waste of time. There was no virtue or merit from the traditional education systems. And you could, in 30 minutes, educate yourself to a much higher degree just using YouTube. And this is why you see men separating from women. Oh my God! When I look at this red graph, I see, oh my God, reality doesn't exist. Oh my God, feminism, boss queen. Oh my God, yeah, I'm a boss queen. And then they're just like, what the fuck is this shit? As they're watching like Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate realize, wait a second, there's an objective framework to reality. I can become better and impressive. We are heading towards a point where society is so divided, so separated, that there's going to be a group of people that are permanently suffering at the hands of being proven wrong by reality on a daily and hourly basis, and those people who care about reality and acknowledge objective morality. These are the men who understand the objective nature of the world and have feminine, submissive wives raising children to be the next generation, while these people scream, drink wine, and buy cat food online in their 40s and 50s. Oh, also you can throw all the soy boy liberals men in this category as well. They're going to be the ones that are simping and still buying the OnlyFans accounts. Because maybe she'll talk to me one day if I just spend $5.99 on her asshole. But anyway, that's what's causing this, is the disconnection from reality and the demonization of objective frameworks and masculinity by women. You see this every single time there's, a viral clip from the Whatever podcast or Fresh and Fit, which I love to analyze those, because you ask yourself, where do these crazy delusional women come from, right? Check out my videos on that, by the way. I'll throw a couple of the thumbnails up right now so you can see some of the videos I've made. You ask yourself, where do you get women like this? And you get them from a society that produces women telling them there's no such thing as objective reality. You're a boss queen. You don't have to care about accountability because accountability equals oppression. Modern women are told that accountability equals oppression. And that's where you see this graph. Oh my God, look, I'm a boss queen. Holy shit, I don't need men. Oh my God, I'm buying cat food. I'm drinking wine. I'm 45 and childless. That's what this line is right here. And the men are like, Andrew Tate makes good points. I can be rich and important and impressive and get feminine women. I'm just going to go this other way. That's what you see here. It's interesting, of course, that the majority of women, radical leftists, and soy boys are the ones getting triggered at this graph. It's interesting. Now, the reason for that is manifold. The first reason, which I will point out to you, is that the fact that there is a graph, even in and of itself, points to the fact that there is an objective truth to be had, which is untenable to the leftist position as it is possessed by Marxism. Because Marxism says, in its alignment with postmodernist philosophy, there's no such thing as objective truth. So the fact that women can be measured is a form of oppression and white supremacy in and of itself. And the second thing is because there is a graph and requires, therefore, objective analysis, it becomes infuriating to them that the requirement is objective analysis. Because when you have, let's say, a graph that suggests there is some sort of event happening in society, the automatic thing which you would do naturally is ask yourself, why is this happening? And in asking the question of why, you have to engage in logic, rationality, or your answer will make no sense. I'll give you an example. If you look at this graph right here, and you say to yourself, why is this happening? If you don't care about reality, the answer could be chipmunk divided by 5. But if you care about objective reality, you might say all of the things that I just said to explain to you why this is happening. The fact that I was able to do this is already enraging to feminists. It is already enraging to people that hate reality, because they're reminded that their ideology is not only wrong, but fundamentally cannot control what society does and thinks. And their ideology is not a reflection of reality, and that enrages them too. The third reason why this graph is infuriating to leftists, soy boys, and feminists is because it shows them that men are willing to be unapologetically masculine and there's nothing that they can do about it. And while men say we're going to go our own way and women say we're going to go our own way, only the men are winning, because the men care about reality and the women are saying men can get pregnant, I'm a boss queen, I'm going to be single and happy, when we know that that is psychologically untrue. That is as untrue as saying 2 + 2 = 5 or saying that the earth is flat. Those are identically false statements in the objective universe. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, because we are aikitoing these worthless whores.